Module 6, Lesson 2. Our I can statement is, I can represent equal groups and relate it to repeated addition. For this first question, it asks us, write a repeated addition equation to show the number of objects in each group. Then find the total. I'm going to look at my model, and Ms. Jones taught us in our last lesson that with repeated addition, we need to make sure our groups are equal. And remember, equal means the same as. So I'm looking, do each of these groups have the same number of counters? Let's check. Our first group has 1, 2, 3. Our second group has 1, 2, 3. Third group has 1, 2, 3. And our fourth group has 1, 2, 3. All of our groups are equal. We're ready to go. First, I'm going to look at my group, and I need to make sure I can write a repeated addition equation. Repeated means to go over and over and over again, and addition means to add. So we're going to be doing the same number and adding the same number over and over and over again to get a repeated addition equation. I have blanks underneath each of these groups because I need to figure out how many are in each group. All right, how many are in my first group? Good, 3. So I'm going to go to my text box, and I'm going to have to exit out to get here. I'm going to go to my text box and type in 3. In my next group, how many do I have? 3. In my next group, how many do I have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. And my last group, let's count. 1, 2, 3. All right, we now have a repeated addition equation, but with any equation, we need to have an answer. To find this answer, there are a couple things we can do. The first thing we can do is look at our repeated addition equation and start to add each one of our add-ins. So first we're thinking 3 plus 3, which equals 6. 6 plus 3, which equals 9, and 9 plus 3, which equals 12. Okay. Another way to check to make sure this answer is correct is to count up all of our counters and make sure that the counters equal 12 too. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 counters. So we see a group of 3, a group of 3, a group of 3, and a group of 3 equals 12 counters. Down here, I have a sentence frame that I need to fill out as well. It says 4 groups of blank equals blank. I see 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups of how many in each group. All right, I see how many in this group? 3. So that means that I have 4 groups of 3. 1 group of 3, 2 groups of 3, 3 groups of 3, 4 groups of 3 equals 12. 4 groups of 3 equals 12. Okay, and I'm also thinking, how does my sentence frame and my repeated addition equation match my model? I'm thinking the model should show exactly how many are in each group. That's my repeated addition sentence, my repeated addition equation. When I go down to my sentence frame, 4 groups of 3 equals 12, that should show exactly what my model and repeated addition equation are saying as well. It should all be the same thing because remember, equals means the same as. All right, let's go to number 2. This one says draw 1 more group of 4. Then write a repeated addition equation to match. All right, my first instruction says draw 1 more group of 4. So here I see 1 group of 1, 2, okay, 1 group of 4. I see another group of 4, and then I see an empty group. That means I need to draw one more group of 4. On your problem set, you are going to see objects outside of your picture, which means you need to drag and drop them into your group. All right, I need one more group of 4, so I'm gonna click, hold down, and drag it over. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I have one group of 4. All right, that was my first step. Then write a repeated addition equation to match. In my repeated addition equation, each one of these addends needs to match my picture. Okay, so how many are in my first group? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. In my second picture, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put that right underneath that group so I know they match up. And my last group, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I have part of my repeated addition equation done, but remember, every equation needs an answer. It needs something on that other side of the equal sign. So remember, one way I can solve to make my answer correct is to count on, use the repeated addition. So 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 4 equals 12. Now, I need to double check my answer, make sure that this should equal as many counters that I have. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. 12 counters. 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. Now I need to look at my sentence frame to make sure it matches. 3 groups of blank equals blank. I have 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups of how many are in each group. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 groups of 4 equals the same answer we have here and as many counters as we had. We already double checked this answer, so we know 3 groups of 4 equals 12. All right, if you really want to be a superstar, you can even count them all up again to triple dog check. But for right now, we know 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 4 equals 12. All right. Next one, on your problem set, you are going to see one that looks really, really similar to this. It says draw 4 groups of 2 hearts. Then write a repeated addition equation to match. All right. For this, it doesn't give you the groups, it doesn't give you the hearts. You have to draw them on your own. So down here, you see some objects that you will be able to drag and drop to make your 4 groups of 2. The first thing I see is to draw 4 groups of 2 hearts. So I know I'll need 4 groups. So I'm going to go ahead, grab my groups. There's 1 group, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups. Draw 4 groups of 2 hearts. So I have 4 groups. And how many hearts am I going to put in each group? 2. 4 groups of 2 hearts. 1 heart, 2 hearts. There's 1 group of 2 hearts. I need 4. 1 heart, 2 hearts. 1 heart, 2 hearts. 1, 2. 1 group of 2 hearts, 2 groups of 2 hearts, 3 groups of 2 hearts, 4 groups of 2 hearts. Good. I know my drawing is good. Then write a repeated addition equation to match. This is where it might get a little tricky because remember these blue boxes mean it's a text box. That means you need to type in. So Ms. Jones taught us all about text boxes. We're going to click, make sure that blinking cursor is there, delete that question mark, and then you can start typing what your repeated addition equation is going to be. For this equation, it doesn't have these lines right underneath these groups. That's okay. It doesn't need to be underneath each group to know how many are in each. But we know in this first group, we have how many hearts? 2. So I'm going to type in that 2. It's a repeated addition equation, so I need to put that adding sign because I'm adding these numbers together to get my total. All right, so I have a group of 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. I have 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Wondering, am I done? I've already gotten all of my hearts done. Remember, every equation needs an equal sign. It needs a total. So I'm going to go ahead and put my equal sign in. I need a total. And to find that total, there are 2 things we can do. The first one is to skip count, to do that repeated addition equation. So let's go ahead. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 6 plus 2 equals 8. Now, another thing I can do to double check is to count up all of these hearts. Make sure it matches my answer below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hearts. Okay? Next, your job is to go back to your math section of Google Classroom and to finish the worksheet next to the video. This is your problem set. All right, there will be a document that says lesson 2 problem set. It'll be good to go. All you have to do is click on it and make sure that you submit it. So when you're done, make sure all of your blue text boxes are filled in. There are no question marks in any text box. Make sure your drawings are good to go, that you have everything dragged into a group. There should not be any empty groups. And I'll show you what this problem set's going to look like. Please read the instructions carefully. There may be times on the second page, it'll say draw one more group of 3. There's not a circle to put these group of 3 into. That's okay. This separation here means that this is the separation between the groups. Okay. Also, you saw in the concept development that there's an object kind of off to the side, which means you need to click and drag it over. Okay. Again, all of these empty text boxes mean that you need to type something into it. When you submit, check over your work. There should not be any question marks in any text boxes when you go to turn it in, or else it'll be counted wrong. All right. If you have any questions, please make sure you reach out to your teacher. You can either post a comment on the assignment or post it on the coursework page. All right.